Good day and good morning. Coming to you almost live from Forest Oaks Park here in Spring, Texas, without Fred, but we do have Mac. So, I'm going to try some audio here on this stuff. I know the audio on this is fairly good. Let's see, I want to adjust this thing to where I can get it to where it's not lopsided. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this isn't a bad picture, I guess, except that I'm in it. So, today is Friday, July 4th. Happy Independence Day. There's a term that can be argued. It's a nice scene right here. There's a couple of young Egyptian geese over yonder behind the trees. I'm just past that bench. And Mac is steadily on the hunt, looking for them wabbits, them wascally wabbits. They're up there in the trees, toying with them. Well, we got one at ground level. Come on, Mac. Mac, more rabbits. Come on. Rabbits. Rabbits. Mac, look. Look. Come on, Mac. Rabbits. Up. He's up the tree. Too late, Maxter. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure when this happened, but either there's a new setting or I hit a setting that I wasn't aware of. But this is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and I see it's got face tracking. Yep. It's keeping me pretty centered even though I'm moving this thing all over the place. It's kind of cool. This would normally be a two old guys walk thing, but Fred decided to take the holiday off. Actually, he wanted holiday pay, and I told him to go jump in a lake. So, sorry, Fred, we're not doing holiday pay. I don't get holiday pay for doing this. I get wet and sweaty. So, here I am out here walking. But, now, one of my main reasons for doing this is to check out the audio on the Insta-Ace Pro 2. Mostly I'm looking to see how much ambient sound it's picking up, besides me talking. Right now, the only thing I'm hearing is like birds chirping. There's some very distant traffic. Otherwise, other than that, it's pretty quiet out here. So, and my plans for the 4th of July today, this is it right here. Nothing more than walking Mac. And going home, drinking a little bit of more coffee, and headed up to the man cave to maybe edit some videos, although not drone videos or anything like that. I've got about 15 or 16 gigabytes of home video that I shot 30 years ago. Well, some of it's only 20 years ago. And I sent it off to that legacy box for them to digitize it for me. They were running a special. So I want to start breaking it up and putting it somewhere online where I can share it with the rest of the family. It's always pretty cringeworthy to see the grandkids who are now in their mid-20s to early 30s look at themselves when they were 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old. Yeah. Yes, Heather, you really were a dork. Let's take a look at the scenery here. And it'll give me a chance to jibber jabber while the microphone is faced away from me. Which I'm kind of curious to see if this thing is going to, how it picks up the sound or doesn't. Yeah, right now in the background, I don't know if this is audible, but there's a plane taking off. I'm about 6 or 7 miles from Intercontinental Airport. And every now and again, you'll hear one of those things when it kicks in the afterburners. Like I just heard. I'm just curious to see if it comes out in this audio. Let me make a pause here. Okay, and we're back. Like I said, it's a very nice morning here. Well, and again, it's relative because nice when the temperature's down. I mean, it's not too hot. It's about 79, but the humidity is probably 179. And the dew point is somewhere in the mid to high 70s. So it's kind of like a sauna, very healthy. It's what keeps my skin young and supple. Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself. What in the hell is that dog? Oh, there's. Yeah, I might have to put this down. We got company coming. Be back in a minute, folks. Bingo, Paco. What was that dog going nuts about?
There's a turtle.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Nothing crazy.
He gets weird around turtles. He's just curious about them. Doesn't try to bite them or hurt them or anything, but
Just sniffs him.
yeah. But he always wants to go see him now.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets weird around turtles. Come on, Max. Hey. Come here, you. Come here, Max. Hey. Hey. Come here. Come here. Come on, Max. Okay, now we're hitting all the dog walkers. What's up with that? Come on, Mac. Morning.
Hi, sweetheart.
Mac, is she talking to you or me? I don't know. Documentating quite the mess. They're supposed to have this done in a month. We'll see. Here we go. This part of the walk is where the air is the stillest, not moving, which means the air is the most humid. And that's the thing, everybody says, well, why don't you just move? Yeah, when you get to a certain point in life and financially your options become more limited. So when it comes to moving, part of your options need to start figuring in winning the lottery, because that's the only freaking way you're ever going to move. It's like me and my wife, we talk about, you know, I'm from Brooklyn, New York originally, and I've lived in a bunch of places, and she's from Washington, D.C. area, born and raised, grew up there. And no matter where you live, there's always going to be some sort of an issue. I mean, they're still working on that house. I mean, even if you move to someplace scenic like California, California's got to be one of the most prettiest states in the Union. I mean, from north to south, you've got every kind of climate. The north is chillier, a little bit wetter. Meanwhile, the south, when I say south, I mean San Diego and Los Angeles, is drier, much more temperate. And everything in between is just beautiful scenery, including like places like Death Valley, which encompasses half the state. But the problem with California is the idiots running it. Ever since the 60s and 70s, they've taken something that was really good and turned it into something that's not so really good. So yeah, there's my political rant for the day. And other places that I've considered living is like the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Tacoma, Portland. Same difference there. I mean, the governments there are not really for the people anymore. It's hard to say what they're for. But my wife has said time and again, there's no way in hell she's ever going to live up there, because it rains more times than not, and it's one of the highest suicide rates anywhere in the country. So I don't know if that's still true, but she doesn't want to live there. So it's like I said, honey, when you're out flying drones, capturing all that beautiful scenery, you're not really considering suicide. At least not at that moment. Okay, we're at the bench, or the court as I call it. This is where Fred and I hold court. People come by and praise us and give us alms, stuff like that. But it's really just a place that I can water Mac. Let me set this up just for that. Hang on a sec. Come on. Chilly, chilly. The view. Looked at this view for a long time now, 7 years. There's worse ways to spend the morning. Do a little review on it, check the audio. Mostly what I'm looking for is the ambient sounds, how they are or are not coming through. Give me some more water. Never going to get it from the video, but I have sat in saunas that are pretty much equal to what I'm sitting here in right now. Battery we got left for the trip back. Oh, we got half battery. We'll pick this up in a minute. So I'm still here at the bench, fixing to get up here in a minute. I've changed some settings on the camera. Bumped the EV to 0. It was -3, so it should be a little bit lighter. And I changed the resolution from 4K 60 to 8K 30. Just curious to see how this looks if I decide to do any post-processing with this type of footage. Alrighty, let's see now. I gotta put this down to pick up his stuff. Be right back, folks. That looks, can't tell on the 2-inch screen. A little foggy, and I don't dare try to clean the lens because my shirt is soaked. It'll really just make it messier. So let's try this for a little bit. Walk and talk. And if anybody's wondering, I've got this thing on the end of a PGY Tech selfie stick. I've been using this thing. This is probably my second one. I've got a couple of these. They work so well with a lot of the mini cameras. They just snap on and snap off. They're pretty nice. And they're cheap, which always helps. So yeah. Today is July 4th. Here's Trouble. It's literally the dog's name is Trouble. But we're coming up on an anniversary date of Max of July 16th when we got him four years ago, back in 2021. And Mac is a really changed dog from those early years. He was, those first 18 months, I was ready to kill him. That dog gets plenty of exercise. Hey, girl. Yeah. Yeah, Trouble. Mac just ignores her when he's gone up to the fence. She hates that. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, Mac is matured, let's just say. He's very calm. We leave him alone now for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours whenever the wife and I have errands to run and go out to dinner or whatever, and he's good. Let's just say we have multiple cats in the house, and Mac just pretty much ignores them and they ignore him, and everybody gets along great. Uh-oh. Mac is showing me the stance once again. May have to break for a poop scoop. At least he did it right here by the trash can. Yep. And there you have it. There it is. It's all his glory. Hang on a second, people. I'll be right back. Okay. You know, there must be some scientific reason why the second round of dogs going to the bathroom, put it nicely, is messier, or stinkier rather, than the first round. Because that's just, it's like, dog, what died inside of you? It's rough, 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 rough. I'll turn around here and get a little bit of a view. I don't know about any of y'all, but I just, and it's pretty much normal, I guess. People don't like looking at themselves on camera or listening to themselves. And I am no different. And I've had a couple people ask me, think you might ever do live streams again? Or, because it was always, and don't get me wrong, it was absolute fun and a blast. Always enjoyed it. Always, you know. And the problem was it started to interfere too much with everyday life, I guess you'd say, you know. And, you know, I got to hand my hat off to people like Bill Thomas, who've been doing this for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years now, if not longer. Comes up on there almost every week and keeps it going that way. But it's just too hard for me to deal with. There's plenty of times when I've been either on my live stream or someone else's live stream, and I'm thinking, I'd rather be out flying. My wife would always say to me, Brian, you can't fly every day. Really? Is that a challenge? Yes, I can. And I don't, but you know, you hit stretches where I'll fly 3, 4, 5 days in a row, and the only thing that stops me on that 5th and 6th day is usually the weather. You know, I always find something little to do with the drone, even if it's just taking it up and doing a 10-second, 15-second cloud hyperlapse. Always like to spark apart. And these guys up here have been working on the house now for a couple of months, extending the square footage. They're doing a heck of a job too. For the sake of being too boring, I'm going to cut this off here and maybe pick it up here in a little bit near the end of the walk. Because if I decide to publish this, I know y'all are sleeping pretty good right about now. You'll be good. gods of air conditioning. Happy iced coffee to you. Well, that's good timing. It's starting to rain. Oh yeah, good cold caffeine. That's right, Tonto. Fixing to get on the feeder road. There you go. Death waits. Later, people. Have a happy 4th. And a safe one, too.